Hey, I'm Samantha.
And I'm Nicole, and you're listening to The Power of We.
Each week, we will share with you our crazy journey of sobriety and success as a mother-daughter.
Our past is complicated, but it has made for two fascinating lives.
We have healed together through love and strength, through mutual respect. We've created an unconditional bond.
Our goal is to empower you, the audience, to be the best you can be.
Together, we will share tips of motivation, mindful tools, and explore our guest journey so we can all win together.
You are listening to The Power of We.
I am amazing. Uh-oh. The waterworks have started.
Are coming out again, of course.
I cannot believe this is season 2.
I know. It's just incredible how we've gotten here.
I mean, we got to start off our season 2 at El Paseo Fashion Week. It was incredible. I mean, it was like a dream come true, except wearing pink for me.
Yeah, we know you don't like color, but you know, the pop of pink really had me feeling myself.
Yeah, you look beautiful. But the pink was from Allison and Olivia, and that was so much fun, actually, I will admit.
It was very fun. And, you know, inspiration, that fashion show really inspired me to not only, feel myself, but to also go into different homes, multi-million-dollar homes to stage and, get that design from the fashion show and use it in my homes. What really inspires you?
Well, that's a great question, Nicole. Inspiration is definitely from fashion for me. When I started the staging company, I was really into fashion, and I always put fashion in my frames in the homes. And that made me feel like it was clean and classy, and, Vogue magazine was definitely an inspiration for me.
Yeah, I mean, inspiration. Speaking of inspiration, this guest is so inspiring, so let's bring him on.
He is incredible. He helps people overcome their fear and doubt for working out. He also was on The Biggest Loser for 7 seasons, and his podcast is like no one's I've ever heard. It's called Work Out the Doubt. Please welcome Dolvett Quince.
Woo! Welcome.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm real good. Thanks for having me, by the way. This is awesome. I've heard great things about you guys. Congratulations on season 2.
Hopefully,
you. I'll be the first episode on season 2.
Of course you were.
That's an honor. Thank you.
So we would love to hear about you. I really want to know how you started this journey.
My life journey,
journey. I mean, it all starts with a journey, right? I mean, I didn't just get on a podcast and become sober and have a staging company. There was a journey led up to it. And I think it's really important that we let our audience know what your journey was like.
How'd you get to where you are today?
I think for me, we always graduate in life, right? We always get better as we go. But I think the core of us is something that is embedded at a very early age. So the core of me, I've always felt good when I helped other people feel good.
Amazing.
So my life's path has directed me that way, whether starting working at the YMCA or like you said about fashion, and I'm getting involved in that. I looked at myself as sort of like the Black James Bond because I wanted to know, I wanted to know women and cars and art and fashion and aesthetics. All those things mattered to me, the physical space. So just going through life, always looking for ways to be a better person. And then also once I had that, absorbing it enough and knowing it enough to give it to others. That's how Work Out the Doubt was born. That's how The Biggest Loser was born. Had 2 private studios in Atlanta, hired hundreds of trainers to work for me while I was there, and now I'm here in Los Angeles and been here now for 10 years.
That's incredible. Amazing. So basically you're telling me that you're very visual, just like us.
Very much so.
But what's it like to be the James Bond?
Black James Bond. I think, It's funny you guys talked about real estate and fashion because I relate to that in a big way. I always said anyone who has an eye for aesthetics when it comes to a home, you know, dressing a home and, you know, interior design, they're probably going to be a good dresser as well because aesthetics are everything,
Yeah.
right? So I can definitely appreciate that, but also appreciate it being more than just what people see, but more so about what they feel and how they feel about themselves. Because there's a lot of people that dress up what they see, what others see, but inside they're not as fashionable. They're not as happy.
Right. That's why it's important to like take care of yourself rather than just like, you know, taking care of what you put on your body. But for me, I also feel like a lot of the time when I dress up, I do feel better inside. Do you feel the same way?
100%.
Yeah.
I think it's that motivational tool that sort of helps you look at yourself like, I guess I am somebody today.
Yeah, I got this.
I guess I got this, right?
Yeah.
And who doesn't want that feeling? Even so small antidote, you know, of the day, it empowers you. And empowerment is such a beautiful word.
I love that word. In fact, it's so important that you're talking about empowerment because you're very successful now. And do you have tools that you use? Like for me, every morning when I get up, I meditate, I pray, and now I know I have to work out or I'm in a bad mood. What do you do?
I came up with this 5G method to represent my hand. So also to represent if I wanted to make a fist and an impact. In order to make a fist, you have to close all these fingers. So I do this 5G method, for lack of a better description. I know it sounds kind of like a cell phone company, but the 5G method is me waking up with gratitude. So when I wake up, literally when I get out, I don't even get out of bed. I open my eyes and say, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my family and my home. And then I go through that process, right? I believe in my mind, if I start out my day not rushing what I need to get done, instead of appreciating what I already have, I set a tone for my day.
Love that.
Right?
That's so important.
The next G after my gratitude is guidance. All right, you said you pray and stuff like that, right? So God, where do I go? Who do I need to talk to? You know, how can I connect? Where am I needed? Does Samantha need me today? Do I need to talk to Nicole today? Guide me to where my conversation should go, which is the third G, which is go. I got to move this body. I got to work out. I got to take care of myself. I got to do my thing. And the fourth G is, so there's, I almost missed it for a second. The fourth G is gratitude, guidance, go. And then the fourth G is graze. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what does that mean?
Graze means eating really light. I don't eat a whole bunch of stuff. I graze. You know, I may have a light breakfast, a light lunch. You know what I mean? And
I skipped that step.
The last G in the 5G method is give. Everything that we're talking about, whatever I get out of this conversation with you guys, I'm gonna go pass it to a friend. I've got to give back what I've learned to some capacity in my day. If I practice those 5 Gs, I balance out my day.
I'm not gonna lie. We've done a lot of podcasts. That is so cool. I would love you to tell the audience again the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just in a row so they can really get this because I need to write this down.
Here it is. Gratitude.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Great.
Go.
Yes.
Graze, and then give.
I love that. That's incredible. Amazing. I'm going to use that actually for Elite Home Staging. When you're the sales manager, you need to bring that into our company for sure.
Bring it in, Nicole.
I need that graze to be written across my head.
So is there a reason to eat light in the morning? Like for your body, is there a reason that you do that?
Actually, sometimes don't eat in the morning at all. Sometimes I do my intermittent fasting.
Okay, that's what I want to talk about.
Okay, so what exactly is intermittent fasting and how does that help like your body? I've heard mixed reviews about it. Like my friends have done it and said they felt really good. Other people say they felt bad. Other people say it's not good for you, and I just don't know.
And what if you're in menopause?
I think it's so I'll answer that question as well. I think it's a subjective thing, to be honest with you, Nicole. I think at the end of the day, whoever told you their response, they're absolutely right. Every fad diet system doesn't work for every body type. You know, every DNA system reacts differently to things. Intermittent fasting is something that you should practice. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Intermittent fasting is something that you should practice sporadically. Don't do it 7 days a week.
Okay.
Commit to it 4 days a week. Rest for 2 days, and then
Things happen.
That's okay.
It's called life. We're so happy you're on here. But I really want to hear about this intermittent fasting because my doctor lately has been telling me to do it. And I'm such a cheater when it comes to diets because, you know,
She's
how many
every diet under the sun.
Okay, settle down, Missy.
24 hours in a day, 16 hours of fasting, 8-hour window of eating is what intermittent fasting is, right? So if you are eating at 11 a.m. because you wake up, say at 6 a.m., what the case might be, if you're eating at 11 a.m., you can be done by 7, 8 o'clock. You can be done your eating pattern, and you know that that's your window of eating. So you're training your body to eat within a certain time frame. The whole part of grazing as it pertains to how you do that is that you eat light. You don't breakfast, for example.
Yeah, perfect examples.
It's going to slow me down. It's going to slow my day down. If my first meal is waffles, French toast, and eggs, and bacon, and a cup of coffee, and an orange juice on the side, and that, you know, that overindulgent way that we as Americans tend to do,
right?
You know, whereas if you went to England somewhere, they'd have a poached egg and a little thing and crack that and have a cup of coffee, and that's enough.
True.
Like,
yeah.
We tend to overindulge and push our systems to work at the rise of our day. We then set the tone of what's expected. With that calorie incline, you will crash, but then your body will need it again and grow accustomed to it. So why not go light throughout the day? It's just a healthier, leaner, speeding up your metabolism way of living.
Yeah, that
great.
Makes a lot of sense.
And then, you know, what I find is when I do eat something little in the morning, I want to keep eating. I don't understand that.
Then intermittent fasting, then Samantha, could work good for you.
I think I really need to try that. I haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah, you haven't.
It would really work.
Everything else.
Nicole's like, no, I love my breakfast.
I'm definitely trying that now. And then I'm going to call you and say, it worked.
How's it working? Everything going good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
we definitely want to talk about your podcast.
Yes.
So
super
tell us
excited.
a little bit about it, what guests you have on. I mean, what is like the basis of it?
Work Out the Doubt has been such a journey for me. I've been doing it under a year now, but I don't know you guys' system. I'm really interviewing folks just to find out their stories and their willingness to dive into their vulnerabilities.
I heard that.
That's amazing.
Oftentimes we talk to people and try to highlight their strengths. So I heard you did this and I heard you do that. All that is great. A friend of mine did an interview once, and she said as a young child, her father used to ask her when she came home from school, her and her brother, so tell me, what did you fail at today? I thought that was a weird question for a parent to ask a child, but his premise on that is, tell me what you tried to do that you weren't so good at, but you kept trying. To me, that's what Work Out the Doubt is. It's an opportunity for people to say, yes, when you come on here, I'm going to tell you about my success. But now that I've heard that, tell me about the time that things didn't work out. How did you rise up again? How did you keep going? I want to dive into that because in my life of working out, although working out is tough and it's strenuous and you're tired, and the results that you get on the other side of that is where the beauty lies. So I dive into people's lives, experiences, because that's a relatable thing for me.
Well, that's interesting because, you know, I have a big company. It's a home staging company, and it has not been easy, let me tell you. And when I first got divorced, I started boxing, and that boxing helped me fight through the ups and downs of elite home staging. I almost lost my company twice. Now, you know, it's successful, but it was going through all the pain, all the ups, all the downs, feeling like I was going to lose my company, what was going to happen. And you know what I would do? I would get my butt into boxing and I would punch as hard as I can. That's what made me strong. Nothing else. It's really crazy.
So for you, that was an outlet. Like many of us, fortunately, we find positive outlets to help us get that aggression out. The most unfortunate thing that someone can do is act like everything is going right and internally lying and saying it's going wrong. That's the worst thing you can do for yourself. right? Every punch representing you dealing with your pain. Every swing represented you letting go and not holding on to that stress, because we all know that pressure busts pipes.
Yeah.
So the more pressure you have, the more it's going to expand you and hurt you in many ways internally. So good for you for finding that outlet. More people need something to, some way to sort of escape the pain and not hold on to it. That's how ulcers are formed, cancer in many ways, and all these internal diseases, because these stress that we put on ourselves and we throw our hormones in whack is a result of us not finding ways to heal ourselves.
Yeah, that's
and
so
also we
interesting.
find ourselves working too much. And I keep saying you need to work out even though you're hot and skinny and young. Come on.
Yeah, I need to work out. We know that. But you do talk about something, and you talk about the people-pleasing effect, I want to say it's called. I know that I do that a lot, but how do you like stay away from that and work more towards like going into your inner self and like working out or doing stuff for yourself rather than people-pleasing?
It's okay to people please. It's not okay if that's all you do. If 90% of what you do is people pleasing, you're denying your own personal growth, because you're doing things for others, not for yourself. How do you get out of it? Challenge things. Stand your ground on things that you believe in. Do that also in your day. I'm not saying being accommodating is a bad thing. Making sure everyone is in a good space. Those are good attributes for anyone to possess.
Right.
However, what about your opinion that you believe in? What do you stand firm in, right? Let that be heard. And the more you say those things and practice those things, the more you emphasize and realize, wait a second, my mind and values are as important as me making sure everyone else is okay.
Amen to that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Not only will you be respected, but you'll begin to respect yourself. People who overplease don't have enough respect and value for who they are.
That's great.
Huge.
Also bring that one into our meeting.
Yeah.
We're
Hilarious.
stealing
Just
all
take
your
notes.
stuff.
We're gonna hear you all day.
Yeah.
You are just so inspirational. It's amazing.
I also wanted to know, so who would you say, like, one of the most interesting guests you had on your podcast in the past year?
Oh God, so many people. Dwayne Martin was an interesting guest. Dwayne Martin, he's an actor, producer. Dr. Dre.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't come out. It hasn't come yet.
Wow, that's an amazing guest.
And what did you learn or get from those podcasts? We're just interviewing
exactly
and talking to them.
exactly what the podcast was made for.
Yeah.
Honest conversations, unfiltered conversations.
Nice.
You know, I learned that if you expose your vulnerability, it gives people room to be vulnerable with you. I learned that if you are honest, you give room for the other person to be honest. Oftentimes, whether it's television, whether it's our podcast, media in general, there's a filter. There's something that's stopping or blocking because you want to put on a face. I try to remove that wall. I try to crush that wall down. Come on, it's me and you.
Yeah.
Right.
No, this camera's here, but let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's have a real. Let's not sugarcoat things. Let's talk, but not talk in a way that is designed to disgrace or make anyone feel bad. But open up on some stuff that maybe they normally wouldn't open up on.
Yeah,
the conversations that I've had with various clients and friends and people I've never met, that's been the door that's been open, and I plan on opening that door every single conversation.
I love that.
Yeah, that's great. Well, there's so many questions I have for you. I can't even tell you. I'm so excited about you. But you were on The Biggest Loser, and that's really cool because you were helping so many people. And how do you keep them motivated? I can barely keep myself motivated at the gym.
It's a great question. I think motivation comes from what we spoke about earlier, Samantha, which is empowerment. I found that it starts out with me telling them what they should be doing, and then them telling me what they want to do, and then giving them power and tell them that they're winning. So everyone wants to land on a win.
Right.
I'll give you an example. I'm training 5 contestants on The Biggest Loser, and I noticed that one of them is has an attitude or really doesn't want to do it, or maybe doesn't even believe in themselves, and they're watching
Right.
everyone else progress and they're stuck in a wall. The moment that they do something great, I immediately praise them. But I just don't praise them so that it falls on deaf ears. I praise them and then give them an assignment of that same movement or whatever it was to go and help someone else do it as well. I'm going to go over here with these three. You take Diane and go help her. You killed it. In that moment, that empowerment kicks in.
Wow.
In that moment, they
I love
immediately
that.
become, oh shit, you trust me? My teacher, my coach, the tyrant, Dolvett? You want me to go help someone? Me?
Wow.
Yes, you. The minute they become the coach, the minute they become the instructor, the guider, no, do it like this. Something changes in them. Now it's just not about me pushing my body physically. The belief that I can and the belief in myself is now elevated. That method, it transcends in all areas of their lives.
So basically you gave them, you allowed them to believe in themselves and help somebody else. And that's...
So I have a question. Did you always believe in yourself, or was there a point in your life where you like...
My God. This isn't right. That's right. Did I always believe in myself,
Did you always,
Nicole?
did you always believe in yourself, or did you like get to that point where you started believing in yourself more? Was there like a turning point in your life?
I don't think we always believe in ourselves. I don't think that's possible. I think we have too many distractions in this world that tell us that, and too many people that tell us that not to believe in ourselves. However, my belief is practiced. I remember growing up where I had parents who told me not to believe in myself and that I wouldn't become anything. Like these are my parents saying this. But even though they said that, I hugged them anyway. I loved them anyway. I didn't fade into the Homer Simpson bush. I came right to them. Really, you believe that? I love you. And I think that voice that I created to not sit into what they were saying, but push forward to who I wanted to be, taught me how to get out of adversity, how to work out the doubt, how to, you know what I mean? Not believe what they said. Because what happens often from a bully's perspective, they tell you, you're not nothing, and you become quiet.
Right.
Because the shock of it is that, oh, I am? Because you're now telling my brain who I am. And unless I put a voice on top of that voice, I'm going to believe that voice. So I try to put another voice on top of that voice.
Right.
That's important.
Yeah. I mean, really, basically what you're saying is you practice self-love. And for us,
1,000%.
For us, I mean, we're both sober. You know, we've been through a lot, and this is what we practice every day. And I try and teach my team also. You have to love yourself before you can love anybody else, show anybody else, and you have to be confident within yourself. It doesn't matter what you look like, what's your hair, your body, your fat, your skinny, whatever. You have to love yourself and go to the world and give back. And that's what we're all about as well.
That's exactly
and
what
it's
you
so
do.
cool to talk to you because you're really all about giving back. I mean, what you're doing is amazing. Seriously, you should be proud of yourself. I'm a proud mom for you.
Thank you so much. You know, that self-love thing sometimes is, it's used a lot, but I don't think fully understood. Self-love doesn't mean conceit. It doesn't mean you're conceited. It doesn't mean narcissism.
Right.
I don't want everyone who's listening to understand that. Self-love means accepting your flaws as they are.
Exactly.
I know where because sometimes people think self-love is just highlighting the things you're great at. That's not self-love.
Right.
Self-love means even though I'm not good at this, and this, I'm okay with that.
Right.
Because I'm good at all those things.
Yeah.
High things that I'm good at, high things that I'm not so good at. I accept myself.
Right.
And I live in that vibration. It also means to surround yourself with people that also have that mindset. Because guess what? Misery loves company. Oftentimes, if we teeter-totter between loving yourself and not loving yourself, you got to check your environment. Who am I hanging out with? Do they build me up or do they put me down? Do I pick them up or do I put them down?
Yeah.
What's my ecosystem? What's the energy in which my world revolves in? That's key. It's so important to know that and to practice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, you do something that's really cool. You talk about you taking 15 minutes at the end of the day or the beginning of the morning. And, you know, our coach taught us this. And it's so important. I can always call and I can hear her voice when she hasn't taken her 15 minutes. I'm like, I got to go. You need to go and meditate.
Yeah. Cause
So can you talk a little bit about that?
15 minutes at the beginning of your day, 15 minutes at the end of your day. Those are your book ends.
Mm-hmm.
Every good book or library books have great book ends. How do I start? How do I finish?
Right.
I call it also, how do I sunrise? How do I sunset?
Mm-hmm.
In my 15 minutes of sunrise, I do my 5G.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I go into a room, get out of bed. I might light a candle. I might not. I might sit in a dark space and I'm sitting up and I'm conscious. Right? There's one difference in laying down and falling asleep.
Yeah.
But I purposely get up with the intention to calm my mind, my body, and my spirit. Because guess what, guys? I have to be aligned. To some people, this sounds very frou-frou and nah. But it's so therapeutic. It's so healthy to align yourself, right? Because sometimes you might wake up frustrated. Sometimes you might have a bad dream. Sometimes you have an agenda. You got bills to pay. But if you wake up with that energy, the opportunity to fulfilling those things becomes less and less.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow isn't promised, and that's real. So I want to wake up in my first 15 minutes and say my gratefulness and my gratitude for the day. I want to be present. I want to make a mental plan of what I'm going to do. At the end of my day, those 15 minutes, again, by myself, I might go into my backyard. I might go for a walk. I might do whatever I do. And it's just me with me again. Mm-hmm. I'm giving a 30-minute window to spend time with myself so that whoever's in my life gets the best version of me.
That's incredible. I definitely need that 5G cheat sheet to give to everybody. I love that.
Definitely going to teach that in my next sales meeting.
Yeah, I mean, she's really good at the sales meeting. She does a lot of inspirational people and she does videos. And I would love for you to do that on a little video, and we'll play it at our sales meeting. That would be so great.
I'm one phone call away.
Oh my God, they would love it because they think you're sexy anyway. I have a team of all girls.
Yeah.
Anyway, you are an incredible human being. I'm so excited you've been on here. I really, it like touches my heart because during my career, you know, I started my business, you know, when I got divorced. And when I got divorced, I said, you know what? I'm going to date all Europeans. And what do? I fall in love with my trainer, Bulgarian at that. So I'm sure that happens to you. Does that happen or no?
Does it happen that my clients want to fall in love with me?
Yes.
Well, I don't train like that anymore like I used to. I do more business in the space of fitness, not to mention I am married now. So
no, I know, but I just had to ask you that question.
Of course. There's that intimate, you know, personal training.
Right.
You know, to get connected and, you know, empowered, what have you. But nah, not on my watch.
No, but honestly, seriously, I always have to have a trainer. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have to have a trainer. People say, why do you need a trainer? Because I'm lazy. I need to be told what to do. I think I'm a CEO. I think all the time. So when I'm in there, I need him to push me.
Yeah.
So
I mean, having a trainer was having a medical doctor, having a dentist, having a cook.
Same.
It's the same.
Yeah.
And what about you, Nicole? What do you want to ask him? Since I asked the crazy question.
You know, I did want to ask about your 3-1-2-1 diet that you talk about. Can you explain a little bit about that to us?
The 3-1-2-1 diet is a numerical way of looking at the week and looking at a way of eating. So I wrote the best-selling book, thank God that it did that well, 3-1-2-1.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. A few years back, because honestly, I had clients who I would work out, but they would still go out and have drinks and do all these other things. And I said to myself, how could I help them get results and they still can keep the lifestyle? Because I can't change an adult that's not ready to change. And because if it were up to me, stop drinking for 60 days. these are people and they have their lives and their stuff.
Right,
So
right.
31-21 diet basically means this: eat clean for 3 days.
Okay.
On the 4th day, the one day that it represents, it's a cheat day.
Okay.
Have fun. Eat, enjoy yourself. Go back for 2 days straight, eat clean again, and then on the one day, have a cheat day. So you're breaking up when you cheat as opposed to, oh my God, it's Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm drinking, smoking, eating whatever I want, just to repent on Monday.
Right.
And it's Latin. You don't perform well on Monday, right? So really you have Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days in a row, really, where you start to phase and feel like, which really 2 days instead of 3, if you think about it, Wednesday and Thursday, just to repeat the same pattern on Friday. So I understood that there was an internal way to manipulate the body, to confuse the body and use the carbs from the cheat day to help push even more weight off onto the clean days.
Interesting.
Wow.
So it's a whole scientific method. I got scientists involved, doctors involved in the book. I have recipes. I tell my story. I have workouts in the book. It's a pretty phenomenal book. And we're about to do the audio version.
And can you tell the audience what the book is called?
The 3121 Diet: Eat and Cheat Your Way to Weight Loss.
I'm running to get that book right now. I'm sure a lot of people are running to get that book.
I would like the audio version. Are you gonna speak?
I'm gonna do that very soon. As a matter of fact, I go to Mexico in the morning. Okay. I'll be recording that when I get back.
Hell yeah, that's amazing.
That's great. Where are you going in Mexico?
Tulum.
I was just there. It's amazing. You're gonna have the best time ever.
Yeah, I'm going for about 6 days. I'm excited.
You're going with your family?
Yeah.
That'll be
family
nice.
And friends. Family and friends.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
have you been, Nicole?
I've never been to Tulum. I've been to Cabo countless times because my mother decided to marry someone who lived there when I was in high school. So we spent a lot of time out there.
Mm-hmm.
And both of you ladies are currently single, searching for.
Well, we both have boyfriends now. This is a new thing.
Yes.
We both have boyfriends. Yes. At the same time, this is great. So yeah, we're very happy.
Everyone likes each other. Everything's good.
Yeah, everything's amazing. Thank God, because when you have us on your podcast, we'll explain to you our story.
It's a little crazy.
I can't wait to hear it. By the way, I already got a feeling. I'm already calculating.
You can feel that energy.
Dynamics.
So tell us about your social media.
My social media platform is the same across the board: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's all at Dolvett. It's just my first name.
Okay, great.
My name is very simple, very easy to remember. I spend the most time probably on Instagram, and I'm just getting involved in TikTok.
Oh, there you go. That's huge.
Yeah, I know. That's why I have to get involved.
You have to do it. You don't have a choice.
I could see you on TikTok for sure.
You'll kill it.
Can you do a dance? Please.
Yeah,
okay, let's see it. Come on. Let's see it. I want to see a dance.
Music here. I'm not going to dance. I'll dance on my podcast for you guys.
Okay, perfect.
Someone was asking me, I actually never had a drink. I didn't drink, smoke anything until I was 28 years old.
Wow.
That's a fact. It was like, well, when you went out and you like meet girls and stuff, didn't you want to buy them a drink? I said, nah, I got girls by dancing. Like that was my go-to. I always, I would go on the dance floor and then she would see how I was moving and I'll grab her hand and that's how I won her over. That's how I got girls.
I believe that, by the way. But isn't it better to dance than when you're drinking? You don't get to feel like you do when you're dancing. Right. In fact, before the podcast, I make everyone dance to One Kiss.
My favorite song.
Okay, put it on. Let's go. The three of us. Let's get up there. Let's do it. Come on.
On your podcast, we will for sure.
Yes, but I wanted to know if you had like 2 words that you could leave our audience with, just like 2 powerful words.
2 powerful words I could leave everyone listening with. I'll give you 3.
Okay.
I'll give you 2. Believe anyway.
What? Say that again.
Anyway?
Believe anyway.
Love that.
This world is designed to give you doubts, to give you fears. There's going to be family members who say you're not good enough. You're going to believe because you've been programmed since you were a young girl or a young boy to start to doubt yourself and be afraid. You see other people around you successful, making money, doing their thing. You tend to watch more than you do. Don't do that. Do more than you watch, but believe anyway. Never stop believing in yourself.
Believe anyway. I love that.
Believe anyway. Let's use that too in the sales meeting.
Believe anyway.
You guys are stealing my.
I am stealing everything. Wow, you're an amazing human being. We are so happy to have you on this podcast. Hopefully we get to meet you in person one day and be on your podcast. But you're amazing.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate this. This was awesome. Thank you for your time.
Fun.
So we've had an incredible podcast today talking to Dolvett, and I hope you guys learned a lot from him about self-love and what to eat. And I know I learned a lot about what's it called? The
3121 diet, which you can pick up his book in the store and go to his podcast
and intermittent fasting. That's what I was trying to remember. I definitely am going to try that. So thank you so much. And also thank you, Elite Home Staging, for sponsoring this beautiful podcast. If you want to stage your home, please go to www.elitehomestagingca.com. And that's it. Thank you so much. Remember, you got this.
The power of we.